This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Made in Australia.
G'day mates and welcome to INCradio Made in Australia. I'm Brother Morgan Goodfellow from the local congregation of Townsville in the Ecclesiastical District of Queensland, Australia. And today we're talking about strength, resilience and new beginnings. In this episode, we'll dive into the world of athletes here in Australia, their stories of passion, perseverance, and the drive that pushes them to excel. From long hours of training to moments of victory and defeat, we'll uncover how sport shapes not just their careers, but also their character and family life. We'll also see how discipline, teamwork, and community support play a vital role in their journey, both on and off the mat, the field, or the court.
Brother John Villanueva here from the local congregation of Dean Park, District of New South Wales, so currently live here at the Parent Regional Valley Sports Stadium. We're having our Unity Games here. As you can see, it's a little bit quiet because I think we're in the eighth of a couple of games. There's about 3 games happening here. So we're looking forward to having you all on the show today while we're having this event. And of course, remember to please tune into YouTube and leave your comments and listen in to the rest of the program. Go ahead, please.
Hello. Thank you, Brother John. Hello, our listeners and our viewers. Of course, we're also joining Brother John in the same venue, but just we're in a different location. I am Sister Diane Harai from the local congregation of Sydney, here in the District of New South Wales. I'm very thrilled to be a part of today's episode because we've got very inspiring stories, some fun trivia, and also a few surprises for you on the way. So make sure that you stay tuned in and participate in all of our discussions this afternoon. Make sure to share your own journey. If you are an athlete, maybe there's some inspiration story that you want to share with us. We'd love to hear it. So make sure that you put it in our chat, and Sister Stephanie will be reading it for us. And of course, joining me here is...
Thank you so much, Sister Diane. I'm Sister Stephanie Nicole Limuco from the local congregation of Curtin Park, District of New South Wales, Australia. Today is all about celebrating courage, family, and the pursuit of dreams. Now let's hear what some of you had to say in the comments on YouTube. Okay po. So from Kuya Carl Tejada, INCradio local of Rockingham. Sister Renalyn Limbago, happy viewing po.
I think we're still
Yeah.
So we're still receiving more, and we're able to please keep sending in your messages in our chat. We're just all of them.
Yeah.
So I think next up, Sister Stephanie, is we will find out in this segment about the Discovering Down Under. So if we can kindly play that, please.
In Australia, sports aren't just about competition, they're about connection, discipline, and family. From cricket fields to swimming pools, know that more than 17 million Australians take part in sports and recreation each year. That's over 2/3 of the population, showing just how central sports are in Aussie culture. And today, we shine a spotlight on one inspiring story close to home. Brother Jimor Santos and his family aren't just cheering from the sidelines, they're stepping onto the mats together, competing in jiu-jitsu. Their journey shows that sports aren't just about strength and skill, but also about teamwork, perseverance, and the bond of family. Through athletes like Brother Jimor and his family, we see how the love of sports goes beyond medals and trophies. It becomes a way of life, a source of inspiration, and a legacy for the next generation.
All right, Brother John, looking forward to jumping into today's discussion. What do you think about that video?
Oh, man. Oh, definitely. It's like, something, we've known this family for many, many times. We've seen them in many of the shows, and we are looking forward to speaking with them. But for now, please continue to stay tuned to Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio Australia Satellite Studio. We will be right back.
It doesn't take something big to show love. The right and thoughtful choices made with care can make a parent smile and turn an ordinary day into something special.
Dishes done, floors clean, a surprise mom and dad when they get here.
Wow. Hello, son.
Mom, you're early.
The house looks great.
Plus, I'm done with my assignments.
Oh, really? Oh. You always do your chores without being told. We see your effort, Carl, and we're proud of you. Here, we got you something.
What? How'd you know I want this? Thank you.
A child who brings joy to their parents is blessed even without asking. In the same way, when we live to please God, He gives us more than we could ever hope for.
A reminder from Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio Australia Satellite Studio. Made in Australia.
All right. And so, welcome back. In this episode, we'll take a closer look at the lives of athletes in Australia, the challenges they face, the sacrifices they make, and the triumphs that keep them going. Beyond the medals and competitions, we'll explore how sports influences their values, strengthens their family bonds, and inspires their communities. From dedication in training to lessons learned in everyday life, these stories remind us that being an athlete is not just about winning, it's about growth, resilience, and purpose. So joining us today is Brother Jamor and the Santos family. Kindly introduce yourselves.
Hi, everyone. My name is Liana. I am the eldest daughter of this family, of the Santos family. This is my mom, Reiko, who is a world champion and Asian champion for 2025. I've got my younger sister, Yurika. She's one of our kids' coaches. And yeah, she helps around at the academy. I've got my dad, who is the black belt professor and Victoria's 2025 Victoria State champion. And then my middle sister, Kiara, who is this year's blue belt national champion. So together we are the Santos family.
All right, amazing to have you guys with us, and we're all the more looking forward to jumping into today's discussion with you and your family. Isn't that right, Brother John?
Oh, my time. We're looking forward to it. Like I said before, that's such a beautiful family. And from my understanding, it's also a well-articulated family as well. So well done there, Brother Jimor and Sister Rieko, for bringing such well-rounded children. But, I've got a question for your Brother Jimor to start off with. Okay. Brother Jimor, over the years, I've seen you done different various versions of martial arts, and you've done quite a few. But can you please give us the understanding of what jiu-jitsu is, and why did you decide to finally settle to really focus on jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, so I've always done martial arts in the past, and I've loved martial arts since I watched the first Bruce Lee movie. Okay, and then I asked my mom, I was learning karate at the time. I said, Mom, I'd love to do a bit of grappling like judo. And at the time, my mom said, look, I can only afford to give you one martial art. So throughout my life, growing up, I was learning a striking style. It wasn't until I started transferring my skills into jiu-jitsu, where it was like I realized it was a totally different language. Jiu-jitsu is a grappling approach to martial arts, as opposed to karate, where it's a striking approach. Together, it makes your whole game, like one piece. But jiu-jitsu is such an incredible sport now that it's become incredibly popular, not just in Australia, but overseas as well. It's one of the fastest growing sports.
That's right, Brother Jamar. And I can just imagine in terms of martial arts, it's a very, I think up to this day, it's very well male dominated. And it's nice to see that your family, your daughters, they're also a part of this. So my question for Sister Raker, in this very male dominated martial arts, how do you encourage your children when they face challenges, like for example, in training or in matches?
So, as a mother, I try to lead by example, and at times are very busy for study, and eventually, like I still try lead by example. Eventually, they get self back up and get back to the training again. Yeah.
Right. And is there like any hesitation when it comes to seeing your daughter, Sister Reiko, in matches? Obviously, we've mentioned or got an understanding that it is a very male dominated sport. Is there any hesitation when it comes to their matches, or do you just have full confidence in their ability?
I think, Reiko, like, well, as parents, when we see our children, it gets quite nerve-wracking, but we have to trust that they've worked hard enough for this. And I think Reiko, she definitely does lead by example. She's the first one to step on the mats in competition, isn't it right, Reiko?
Yeah.
Amazing. And so, Brother Jamor, what sort of hours do you kind of dedicate towards the training for not only yourself, but your family?
So we train all the time. We train practically every day. The academy that we operate is open 7 days a week. I teach the classes from Monday to Saturday. Coach Liana runs the Sunday classes, but if she's competing, today she was supporting one of our competitors. So she was out there at the tournament. I was running the class. So sometimes we're working 7, 14, 21 days straight. But because it's our passion, we don't see it as work. We just see it as one place that we can all get together and really get a good workout and train hard. One of the hardest days is probably Wednesdays, because not only is it hump day, it's quite taxing on you mentally, but also physically. We've trained the night before, and then we want to make sure that we go to our worship service at 6:30 in the morning. And as soon as we finish our worship service, we make sure that we go down to Crow's Nest, which is headquarters, and that's where we train with guys and girls half our age, also competitors. So we're all getting ready. It's very, very hard. It's a hard training room, and then we make sure that we tick that box off. Reiko runs the lunch classes. I run the evening classes that day, and that's non-stop go. But that's just the way we live.
Yeah, absolutely, Brother Jamal. It is Sister Stephanie, one of our hosts. It seems to be a very family-orientated sport that they seem to be conducting. Is that right?
Yes.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yes, Brother Morgan. Very well oriented family, and very well said, Brother Jamor. I just want to ask Sister Liana, how old were you and the girls when they started competing?
So we started jiu-jitsu a bit older. Well, I started when I was about 14 years old. And so we've always been around sport and martial arts, or like striking martial arts, ever since we were really young. But when my father decided to open up our academy, we started around 14 years old, and the year after COVID happened. So we didn't really compete until I think I was about 15, 16 years old. And, I lost my first match. It was very hard for me because I grew up doing sports that I was quote unquote good at, that I would be winning at. So to step on the mats and to lose, it was a bit confronting. It was very hard to overcome, but together as a family, we still step back and then, saw what the mistakes we made and just continued on and got better every time after that.
I got a question for the kids, actually. Now, I remember, especially Liana, I remember you very, very, very clearly. You were very active. You and your sisters were very active, especially in the children's worship service. So your parents obviously have brought this discipline on you, and obviously it just spread towards your art of jiu-jitsu. Now, I got a question as a child that was growing up. Tell us a little bit about your parents now. I know it's a little bit outside the jiu-jitsu, but obviously they've guided you through. Tell us about how they brought you up, your faith in God, and your ability to be able to take the discipline from your parents. How was that? What's your thought on them to start off with? I know it's going to be possible to start with, but also, how do you think the impact they had in being able to show their faith in God helped you achieve what you are today, which is quite a remarkable achievement you've had? Tell us, Sister Liana, being the oldest one there. Let the audience know.
Yeah, so when my friends look at my schedule, they're like, why don't you ever have a break? And I'm saying, because I was raised by Jamal and Reiko, and we always had a very, very busy schedule, but I think we thrive on it. Growing up as a child who got pushed into doing like sport, but also loved it as well, I had parents who would lead by example. So, you know, whenever they did push me, they were pushing themselves. They never were on the sideline being like, oh, you have to go run or you have to play this or that if they weren't doing it as well. So when I started soccer at 6 years old, guess who was jumping on doing soccer as well? My parents. You know, when I was running competitively long distance, guess who was running by my side? Like my dad, who was my coach. I didn't do little athletics. You know, I had Jamal Santos who ran next to me and was pushing me every day. Even though I would be crying, I don't want to do it, but he was doing it with me. So having parents like that, who were leading by example, and also using God's words. In jiu-jitsu, you do lose. You know, you're not going to win everything, unless you're my mom, but you do lose. And when you lose, for me especially, because I put a lot of I put myself, my achievements in sport, and when I do lose, it's very hard. But you know, I'm very grateful to have parents that teach me, like, you know, God's given you a body, God's given you the ability to do sport. There are some women in the world who can't play, you know, can't play a sport, can't do something that their male counterparts can. And for me, it was, I just take the step back and I say, you know what? God didn't let me get injured, or God allowed me to continue on. So having parents like that who are very disciplined, you know, we go to church twice a week. That's a discipline that not a lot of people understand, you know. So definitely having parents like that was really, really good to have growing up.
That's good to know po, Sister Liana. But since your family has been doing jujitsu for how many years now? What it's like being a family that competes together in the same sport?
Yes, so having a family that competes in the same sport is actually amazing because you know, they understand, they experience it with me. You know, we're on the mats training together, and then we're competing together, and then we're cheering each other on, we're coaching each other, and then that builds like this sense of family bond. And you know, late at night after training, we turn on the TV, we're watching our tape. What did you do good? What did you do bad? Or what can you improve on? You know, having parents who understand you, you know, when you lose, when you have a tough match, they're not going to be telling me off saying I should have done better. They're going to be like, I understand. I fight as well. You know what I mean? So having parents who understand what you go through is probably like such a big blessing for my sisters and I, because they're the ones who experience it as well. So definitely,
Absolutely.
it's all a plus.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we appreciate that, and such an inspirational testimony. Being a family in the same sports, not only sports competitions, but your family-owned academy as well. So we understand that working together as a family builds stronger communications, trust, and resilience. It fosters positive emotional development in children, provides a sense of belonging, shared purpose, and which can lead to better problem solving and more productive environment, sister. So we appreciate all your insight in that regard. We also want to get an understanding of what's something you've learned from jiu-jitsu that helps you within your school or within your home, especially in the inside of Sister Kiara and Sister Eureka.
So something that jiu-jitsu has really like helped us out was like in school. It's also with like confidence and allowing you to be able to really just like express yourself, because many people do understand that it is difficult coming from like team sports or growing up and then now participating in an individual sport. So having
that like allows you to showcase that talent. Like recently I was able to like have the privilege of stepping on like the mats at nationals, and I was fortunate enough to win nationals and become a national champ. And then using that, I was able to incorporate it with school by allowing them to add that into like the school newsletter, but also teachers helping me apply for sport like elite programs because I've won a title that's recognizable, and then allowing me to use my achievements and accolades with that for university because I'm in like senior grades now.
Yeah, amazing. And so, Sister Eureka, how about you? How has your jujitsu helped you within not only your home but maybe in like your daily living?
Jiu-jitsu has taught me confidence. As the smallest person in my classes, it's really good to have this confidence that Jiu-jitsu has built up in me. That gave me like the motivation to become school captain, as well as my sisters motivating me. And I'm forever grateful for Jiu-Jitsu because of that.
You know, it's such an amazing mindset that you have at such a young age, Sister Eureka. And we can see that your elder sisters and your mum and your dad have definitely led by example, and you've kind of picked up on that. So we look forward to seeing what not only your future but the rest of your family holds for you guys. Sister Steph.
All right, Brother Morgan, thank you for the shout out. Oh wait, sorry.
We
Okay.
got a few shout outs for
Yeah.
all of our listeners and our viewers. It's really wonderful. And they're enjoying this conversation. Brother Jamar and your family have been really inspiring. And we have quite a lot. So speed read that.
Okay. Okay. First, Brother Jude Vivas from the Call of Windham. Windham. Yeah. sorry. Greetings to all from Tokyo, Japan. Wow. From Cheryl Sena. Hello po to everyone watching. Hello din po. Sister Ella Ragat. Happy viewing po. Local of. Wait, ate. Okay, you do this.
Fort Wakefield, GWS.
Okay. If I don't understand what's written, and then Sister Jan will read it for me. All right, thank you. All right, Sister Elaine Falian, hello po, watching from Adelaide. Happy Sunday to all po from Falian family local of Adelaide, and Brother Alex Kizon. Happy viewing to all the brethren around the world from Kizon family local of Dean Park. Hello po. And from Brother Led, happy watching po from local of Melbourne.
And I believe also who has been joining us in our group chat as well, even though they're very busy supporting our unity game. We have our supervising district minister, Brother Seth Gutierrez, and also Brother Richard Esperanza. Thank you so much for your undying support. Thank you. And we have is there a few more greetings, Sister Esther?
We also have Sister Geraldine Tan. Happy watching. Greetings from Windham. Is it correct?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Brother Mark Angelo Tio. Happy viewing po from Espiritu Santo, Vanuatu. And Brother Carlo Falier. Happy viewing po to all brethren in Augusta. Brother Alden #Adelaide. Sister Redaline Limbago, happy viewing po. Melbourne, from local of Melbourne po. And from Brother Maynard Cocos, shout out to my family, Cocos family local of Rockingham. Hello po. And blessy po Brother Tyrone, happy viewing po to all brethren around the world. From Delavidao family. Thank you po to all those who had greetings po. And stay tuned po because you are watching Made in Australia to you by INC Radio Australia Satellite Studio, one of the official satellite studios of INC Radio.
Made in Australia.
I guess we're back in Made in Australia. Just before the break, we have heard from the Santos family about the love of the sport, okay? And also the many challenges they had to go through with the sport, the knowledge of the sport, and also the challenges, how they overcame all the trials that they had to go through. So let's continue with our conversation with them. So, but before that, let's just watch a quick video featuring the Santos family. If you have that available, please go ahead and let's show that video.
I feel like this could be the start of a laundry detergent commercial. But no, we're talking about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This is Jem. He is a professor. So that's what
Portuguese name for sensei.
Okay. So we're talking about Jiu-Jitsu. This is SJJA.
Correct.
It's in Parramatta. But how many are there around Australia?
There's about 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's a really big, a really even mix of boys and girls. Is that that across Australia?
That's something that we're very proud of. Just so we have that inclusion with the females and the males, because males tend to love to go for a fight, but it's great that the females know how to defend themselves as well.
So what are the benefits of doing a martial arts?
I think it's great for the kids because it builds discipline. And even for the adults, it does the same for them.
And what about for the parents out there thinking, oh, I don't want to teach my kid how to fight?
Well, the funny thing is, a lot of these people that you're seeing in the background, they're all parents. So our angle is to get the kids to sign up and then play the long game with the adults, and they end up coming on board.
All right, well, let's see something a little bit more advanced after the forecast.
All right, so such a privilege to be featured on live national television here in Australia, especially. We also want to give a quick shout out to the group worship service of Bowen, who have sent us through their watch party there. Thank you so much. And we look forward to visiting you guys, as you guys are our neighboring group worship service here from Townsville. So again, thank you for your support, beloved brethren. Continue to send through all of your support. And for all of our viewers who are watching, if you haven't already, don't forget to click the like, share and subscribe button to stay up to date with all of INC Radio Made in Australia's updates. Now, jumping back into today's discussion with the Santos family and their successes and accomplishments as champion jiu-jitsu artists. We want to know from your competitions, are there any memorable moments that have stood out to you during any of your competition wins, possibly losses? We understand you have a great learning curve and an perspective when it comes to your wins within your competition. Santos family.
Yeah, so some of the best examples we've seen on the mats is when it doesn't really matter. Look, it all matters if we win, right? But it's just going out there, giving your all. Like, I remember seeing Eureka compete, and she ended up losing by an advantage. So it wasn't even a point. It was like half a point. But her heart was in it so much, and she committed until the very end, that we were so happy with the performance, and we congratulated her. That's what I want to see, when people go all the way. Like, even with Reiko, when she won Worlds, I really prayed to God that, God gave her strength and for her to be successful. And at the end of it, she won by a slither. It was like everybody that turned up at Worlds, they were there to win the championship. And Reiko just pushed through and gave no space, and for her rounds, it was just an incredible thing to see. With Kiara, it's always amazing to see her just fire up and just get her takedowns. And even with Liana stepping on the stage, because she fought in an event, super fight, she was able to really calm down her nerves and focus at the job at hand. These are all celebrations on the mats. Whether we win or lose, it's all going to be learning. And we try to instill that with our life, because the one thing that we really try to implement with our family is self-improvement. It's called Kaizen in Japanese, and it's always, every day we have to be 1% better. So this year, I feel like we've grown exponentially. But next year, it's back to the drawing board. You know, God willing that we have the strength, we have no injuries, and we have the blessings to push through, then we're going to keep going.
Wow, that's a massive congratulations. It's not every day we get to talk to world champions and champion families here. Sister Stephanie, Sister Diane, I wonder what they do. There must have been so many times to be able to achieve that particular level of competency in their sports.
Yeah, it's very inspiring, Brother John, to see that family. And I love how they actually acknowledge win or lose. It's still something to celebrate. It's something to learn from. So I want to ask Sister Reiko, how do you actually celebrate for a competition? So whether you win or lose, what is the celebration that you do as a tradition for your family?
So about like leading towards competition, about 3 weeks before, I personally, or girls do as well, we always watch what we eat, and so we make it weight. So after the comp, I always love to eat whatever I want, ice cream, pizza. That's how I celebrate after the comp. And obviously when we are preparing towards competition, when we feel weak, I always pray, God, give me strength, and always God listen to me. Yeah. So that's how
Yeah, so there is weight classes in jiu-jitsu because it's grappling, and we have to make weight, otherwise we get disqualified, and we've seen that happen. So when Reiko and I and the kids, when we get ready for comps, we cut weight, and it is really tough mentally and physically because all we can think about is the delicious food. So
on that note, Brother Jamal, on that note, I also wanted to get an understanding of how you guys are able to cut your weight so quickly. We understand one of your daughters had to cut weight 7 kilos within 1 week. Was that correct?
Yeah. So originally when I was fighting for my nationals, I looked at my weight class, and my dad and mom said to me that I could make that weight. And at first I really just didn't believe it because I haven't really been that weight since I was like 13 or 14 years old, and I'm currently 16. And so I had a mentality and I had a goal that I wanted to win. And I knew with like certain people in my bracket that they would give me a hard fight, but I wanted like the victory in it. So I put myself in a lot of struggling, and it was very hard, but I cut altogether 8 or 9 kilos within the span of 2 weeks, and 7 kilos in the last week. And then the night before, I was 2.5 kilos over. So what I did is I had to water fast, and then I didn't eat, and then I went to the sauna. And I was still over. So then for 2 hours, I ran around Melbourne in sweats,
That's such an amazing.
in sweatpants and a hoodie, and I made weight the next morning.
Such an
that was
amazing.
so close. You can't get any closer than that. By the way, you know what? Such a good-looking family. So if everyone wants to know how to be good-looking, just all you have to do is just watch what you eat, like this family does, and also continue to train, like what this family does. So obviously, there's something there. They've got a secret that's not really a secret there. Sorry, Brother Morgan, you were saying something there.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Brother John. It just seems to be another level of discipline and dedication to, achieving that win. So we appreciate that one. Thank you, sisters. Sister Steph.
So while growing up, I think we acquire a lot of values in life. So for the 3 sisters, let me get this right. Sister Liana, Sister Kiara, Sister Eureka. Is it correct?
Yes,
Oh, thank you so much. So now I want to ask, what values has Jiu-Jitsu taught you that you also apply in family life? Because I think we all have values taught to us by our parents. So can you share maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of them?
Absolutely. First of all, like having this bond. I grew up with a very close-knit family, and we came to this country with no grandparents to take care of us, while we're here. Like, we didn't live a bit further away from our aunties and uncles. So we became very close as a family. And what I've learned from jiu-jitsu, of course, besides being like grounded and humble, is trust, because you are doing a grappling sport. You're not just punching a punching bag. You know, you're physically rolling with other people, so you need to trust people that they're going to keep you safe. So having that trust with, of course, your training partners, but having your parents and your sisters being your training partners as well, having that trust together to make sure, you know, to keep each other safe has definitely transferred in home life, where we keep you know, we keep this tight bond, this trust between us, and we see each other every day. You know, either because we work together, and then we train together, and then at night we eat together. So having this tight knit bond is definitely a blessing that we got through jiu-jitsu as well. Having this connection only got stronger through the sport, because they're suffering with us. So
Yeah, so
absolutely.
you can see from the Santos family, beloved brethren, and to our viewers, that their tight-knit family has helped them to build an increased trust and support network. Sharing their experiences is giving them a collaborative approach, which is building a sense of trust and providing emotional support during challenging times. It's also allowing them to have a greater sense of purpose, working towards a common goal as a family, such as maintaining, not only their jiu-jitsu ethics on the mat, but those ethics are contributing to healthy relationships as well as households and running family businesses is something to keep in mind as well. So having that family, they have a lot of support to rely on, as well as the community that they're building within the Jiu-Jitsu Academy. It's creating shared sense of meaning and accomplishment, which is just so amazing to be able to share with us. And further elaborating on your wins and your losses and the experience you've gained, Santos family, can you give us some values to some of the losses you've experienced and what you've gained from those?
So we have a saying in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you either win or you learn. Okay, so there really isn't any losing. We always walk away thinking that there are, adjustments that needs to be made. So we definitely celebrate the wins, but we also want to make sure we learn from the losses. The one thing that really needs to be emphasized is that jiu-jitsu is high pressure. You are out of the comfort zone, so knowing that you are there, stepping on the mats, I bet you any money, the person next to you, your opponent, they're nervous too. And instead of seeing them as an enemy, they are your opponent. We got to celebrate that, because without them, we wouldn't be able to create a division. We wouldn't be able to create a bracket that we can compete together. I'm 44 years old, black belt, 67 kilos. I cut to that. It's very hard to find anybody in my division. So when I see somebody in my division, I had to fly down to Victoria to fight that guy. Instead of seeing him as an enemy, no, we celebrate it. I get you. We're in it together. You've got a family, I've got a family, you've got a job, I've got a job. Let's just go on the mats and really showcase our jiu-jitsu. And that's what it is. Reiko's the same, our children's the same. We want to make sure that we celebrate each other's strengths and really have a game plan where we step on those mats.
It's amazing, brother Jamor. I love that too. We don't, there's a saying in jiu-jitsu you mentioned, there's no such things as wins or losses, but wins and learning. So you're able to gather, an understanding of the loss and turn it into, an ability to learn from that experience. So it's definitely one I'm going to keep in my books, wins and learnings. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I love how they live with that ethics as well.
Me too.
A little earlier, we were having a chat before the show started where someone mentioned that, I've seen a lot of sports out there where people get their belts here and there, but there's something different about jiu-jitsu. Can you expand, anyone in the family, expand and tell us why is it so different? Because everyone else, I've seen martial arts where I walk in, I see a blue belter, a black belter, or, whatever, but it doesn't really reflect. But somebody mentioned about the mat earlier. I think who was that Sister Liana or Kiara that was mentioning it? What does it do? At the end of the day, it's got a result. It's a hard, fast result. Explain to us what that is.
So with jiu-jitsu, as you mentioned before, there are some martial arts, not to bag on any other martial arts, but they do give belts away that might not reflect on the technique or the discipline, the hard work. But with jiu-jitsu, it's a bit different because when you're on the mats don't lie. So when you're on the mats, no matter how long you've been doing it or what rank you are, when you jump on the mats, you are showcasing all your technique, all your hard work, and it keeps you humble and grounded. It allows you to, you lose or around and you're like, okay, what can I do to get better? Rather than having an ego and thinking that, you're all that, having jiu-jitsu, having your technique not be able to lie, because at the end of the day, once you put it all out on the mat, it's all there for everyone to see.
That's very commendable, Sister Liana. I just want to hear actually for Sister Eureka. I'm sure we have young women, girls as well, who is watching us right now and probably not thinking of doing this kind of martial arts, but are very scared. I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair, even for me, when you're describing it. So, Sister Eureka, what can you send as a message to all our young female viewers who's listening to us right now? How are you going to encourage them to take up jiu-jitsu?
I think the message that I want to send to younger girls is that bigger is not better. And just because jiu-jitsu or many sports is male dominant, us girls can do it too. And
Do it better.
yeah, exactly. Do it better as well. So we just have to push through, and hopefully we have to hopefully our family can be an inspiration to you guys, because
I'll tell you what, Yuri is actually what we call a mat enforcer. So sometimes if somebody comes in for a trial and they're a little bit cheeky, okay, maybe a little bit big, and they think they can out strengthen everyone, we get this little one in, the little pocket rocket. She'll go around and she'll take their back and she'll submit them, and really humbles the children.
I think you're more.
Sorry, Sister Diane. Sorry. I think Eureka attracted people who are watching INCRadio. They want to say hello. So Eureka, you're so cute. You attracted people to say hello. So these are all the people from the Unity Games at the moment. They want to say hello to the Santos family. But I think Eureka, you've attracted them. So you're not going to just be a jiu-jitsu champion of the world, but you're also going to be like a real massive superstar already inside the Church of Christ. But so this is Sister Eureka. She was a cute voice that you can hear earlier. And these are some of your fans right here, right now. So these are the Santos family, everybody. So quick hello.
Thank
China,
you.
sorry to disrupt that part of the script there, but I think I just had to do that. She is so gorgeous, man. Eureka, you're so gorgeous.
And thank you, Brother John, and for all of our live support there at our Unity Games. We appreciate everybody joining us today. For our final question for the Santos family, if not the least, but most important, we want to understand how has your faith inside the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ helped you to overcome challenges and stay committed to your goals as an athlete?
I think personally for myself, we really do look towards the church administration for their leadership, and I try to implement a similar focus to our community at our academy. So I've gone through multiple ACL reconstructions of, I've got osteoarthritis in the shoulders. We're all walking away a little bit banged up, but we have to go through these tests, these trials. God has given us these tests and He's laid it out, and we want to make sure that we've passed with flying colors, and showing that to our community, showing that to our family. Similar to the story of Job, we want to explain that this is a celebration. Me recovering from 2 years of knee reconstructions, that is a celebration. I'm back on the mats. I'm competing again. It's because of God's strength, and that's a testament to the faith that we all have. Like, unfortunately, Liana might be going for surgery very soon, but she's really pushed forward. I know sometimes we fall back down, and Reiko's. We've got this wonderful saying, and it's called Nana Korobi Yaoki. Reiko, what does that mean?
Fall 7 times and get up back.
So we fall back 7 times, we get back on the 8th. We never stay down. That's the number one thing. With God's strength and His will, we will try to keep pushing forward. So it's exactly the same concept that we have with church. No matter how tired we are, no matter how exhausted, we make it happen. That is non-negotiable for us.
Thank you so much, Brother Jamal, and to the Santos family. Your testimony and your insight is just a mentorship of your dedication and faithfulness inside the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ. The ethics you take away from your faith, you implement into your jiu-jitsu ethics, your household, your work life. We understand you have your own academy there. And it's awesome to see that your faith, it reflects your core beliefs, your wisdom, offering fundamental principles that kind of guide acceptable behavior, which provides a foundation for a meaningful life. It's just so nice to see that all your hard work and dedication is contributed not only from your personal efforts, but most importantly, the faith that you have in our Lord God and our Lord Jesus Christ, and you always prioritize your worship services. As you mentioned, you have your Wednesdays, which are usually a difficult day to get through everything, but you never forget to attend those worship services. So we appreciate all of your insight and the perspective you've given to all of us and our viewers today. Is there anybody you'd like to give a special greeting to before we kind of wrap things up with this discussion today to the Santos family?
Yeah,
Sorry, but just before we get to your greetings, because there's actually inspired quite a bit of our listeners and our viewers. So we just want to read a little bit of a comment about them and who shares the same passion as you do. So Alex Ariola, wow, martial arts reminds me when I was younger. Carlo Fallon, very inspiring family who shared same passionate sport here in the local of Adelaide. We have Ediola Lubara. Martial arts is not only good for self-defense, but also good for physical health and mental health. And of course, to teach discipline and respect to young students. Local of
Very
Shepparton. And last but not least, Ria Kiseo. Jiu-Jitsu is one skill I've been aiming to learn since ages ago. Seems all I can achieve for now are kicks and punches my little toddler does to me every day.
That's so cute.
That helped me to get resilient. And of course, we can't forget our ministers who's given us some comments as well in Brother Zilmar Bongaras from local of North Sydney. Happy viewing for to all the local members of North Sydney. Brother Daniel Diaz, our Assistant District Supervising Minister. Happy viewing to all. God bless all and greetings from all local of Sydney. Brother Jamar, really today we have enjoyed you and your family's company. You are truly inspirational, and I hope to all our listeners and viewers, especially to our young females, we hope that they have inspired you to be able to pick up something that you have been wanting to do. So, Brother Jamar, we'll give it back to you. Any greetings that you want to do?
Yeah, thank you, sister. Yeah, we did see Cardan earlier this week at the Evangelical Mission. So shout out back to Cardan. Karjay, our minister at Carlingford, Brother Iris, Brother Dennis. These are all my brothers as well. I know we call each other brothers and sisters, but these fellow brethren are actually like we've gone through so much together, and I'm really happy that I can say hi to them, and I can't wait for them to jump back on the mats with me or maybe do Tough Mudder with us.
Thank you once again there, Santos family, Brother Jamar, Sister Reiko. Credit to you. What beautiful children you have. Dave, you've obviously guided them. And so as they get older in this world that they're learning children's worship services, is that they will never depart from it because you just taught them so well. So congratulations to the whole family. But to all our viewers and listeners out there, it is now your turn to put your comments on what you thought about the show for today, and also any messages to the Santos family or anything else you would like to add. So go ahead, back to you there, Sister Diane.
Yeah, absolutely, Brother John. We want to hear from all of our viewers coming in from wherever you may be coming from. Don't forget to share your local congregation with a hashtag. We'd love to hear from you guys. And Brother John, to our host, the Santos family, to our viewers, while everyone typing in their thoughts, we want to jump into something exciting, which is, yes, our game time for today.
It's game time. Let's play.
That's right, viewers. To all of our viewers and listeners, this is your chance to join in the fun. Type your answers in the live chat we're watching, and you will be in the running to receive some INC radio souvenirs. So, for our first question for today,
What would be the first question there? Should I read it to you, Brother Morgan?
please go ahead, Brother John.
Okay. Okay. Now, this is really good because I was in the Olympic once. Don't worry. I'll tell you why later. Anyway, which city hosted the Summer Olympics in the year 2000? And I swear I don't lie about this one. I was in the Olympics. Which city hosted the Summer Olympics in year 2000? Let's see who might know without that. These are the answers, okay? A, Melbourne. B, Sydney. C, Brisbane, and D, Perth. Which of those 4 cities hosted the Summer Olympics in 2000?
Don't forget to type in your answers in the live chat to our viewers. We'd love to hear from you. If you guys know the answer, you will be in the running for some INC radio souvenirs given to you personally from our dear hosts there, Sister Diane and Sister Stephanie. So,
Sister Diane, show us again that massive prize that we have there for them. Show them. So, of those watching at the moment, hopefully it's in your screen. They've got the INC Radio mug and they got the Made in Australia mug or INC Radio Australia mug. So
that's right, Brother John and Brother Morgan. We do have our prizes. As you can see, me and Sister Stephanie, if you are in the running, don't forget to make sure that you write in your answer, your full name, and also the hashtag of your local congregation so that we know who we're going to send these prizes to, okay?
I think it's...
It may even come with a fresh brew of coffee, just not sure if it remains in the cup. All right, so do we have any of our viewers with the correct answer there, Brother John?
No idea.
Not yet. Wait.
We do, Paul. We do.
I'm pretty sure Sister Steph has it there somewhere. But before you give the answer, let's ask one of the kids. Do any of the kids know this is before you're born? Okay, let's start with Eureka since you have a fan base right here in this sporting event today. Sister Eureka, which answer is it? It's the Summer Olympics of 2000. What city was it, do you think? Let's see if she got it right, and let's see who got it right on one of our contestants. Eureka?
Sydney?
My mom volunteered for it.
Yeah, I was a spectator. I watched it. Yeah.
I knew there was a catch. I knew there was a catch, Brother John. There had to be. No, I wouldn't put anything past your ability to be in the Olympics, of course.
It was my highlights of dating. I took my wife, my girlfriend back then to the Olympics. I was thinking, hey, who else is taking their girlfriends to the Olympics? Yeah, obviously I did right because she's my wife now. So there you go. So what was the answer again? That's why she married me, because I took her to the Olympics.
Yes, that's right, Brother John. The correct answer is indeed B, Sydney. And we have from our live chat, who do we have, Sister Steph? I can't read it.
Sister Renalyn Imago.
Well done. Sister Renalyn, okay. Who would like to answer question number 2? Margin running here.
All right, so we'll jump into question number 2, Brother John, our host, Santos family, and to our beloved viewers. Again, type in your answer if you know the correct answer, and you may be in the running for some of that awesome INC Radio souvenirs. Question 2. What is Australia's national sport often associated with athletes who train in the outback and coastal regions? Is it A, rugby union, B, soccer, C, Australian rules football or ARL, or D, cricket?
What do you think?
I'm not really a sport person.
While we're waiting for our live chat, do any of the Santos family have an idea what it could possibly be?
Is it cricket?
Cricket. So you're locking in D, cricket. Is that your final answer, Santos family?
Oh, that tone wasn't confident.
All right, so we've got D from the Santos family. They've locked it in. They're not phoning a family friend because their entire family are here joining them today. So they've all locked in number D. What is the answer, Koya Tech? C, unfortunately. But because you guys are joining us today, I'm sure we can organize some souvenirs for you guys anyway, just because you're a very special guest today.
So do we have a winner there, Sister Steph?
Yes, Paul, brother. We have Sister Tisha Kiseo and Sister Faye Faye.
Oh no, they
Okay.
answered.
Oh,
me.
okay,
So
okay.
we have Sister Kisha.
All right, yeah. We have Sister Tisha Kiseo from. Okay. Letter C, Australian rules of football.
Congratulations
Well
to our
done.
viewers. Continue to send through your comments, your likes, and share those links because we love your support and we love to hear from you guys. Moving on to question 3, Brother John.
Oh, question number 3. What have we got here? Okay, here we go. The final question, I think for the night. Jiu-Jitsu's originated from which country before becoming a worldwide sport? Which country? Okay, A, the Philippines.
Philippines.
Australia. C, Japan. Or D, South Korea.
Philippines.
Yes. You know, Brother Jamor, the first time I heard of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was actually the very first UFC. This is
That's
before
right.
most of these people around here were born. I don't think I was the only one that was born then. So I remember that's the first time I heard of the Gracie family. That's the first time I
Yes.
heard of Ken Shamrock. That's the first time I heard of Steve Zavern. That's the first time I heard of Tank Abbott. They all still around, hopefully. But yeah, that was the first time. And years later, here I go. I see this being spread all over the world. Does anyone have an answer? This is not fair for us to ask the Santos family. They have the unfair advantage, as they say in their sports. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask Sister Diane. I think you know the answer, though. Man, I should have asked somebody else before that. Okay.
Well, Brother John, just in retaliation to all our listeners and viewers that when they're typing their answers, they need to write also their name and their local congregation so that we know where you are and where we're going to send this love.
Yeah, so to be the winner, you need to put your name, your full name, and hashtag your local congregation because we will send it to your local congregation. So do we have an answer there, Sister Steph?
Philippines.
Sister Stephanie is locking in
Philippines.
Well, for our correct answer is, if we can kindly show it. Sorry, Sister Steph. The answer is actually C, Japan. Can we confirm this is correct?
Yes, it is.
Arigato
Yes,
gozaimasu.
and we have Sister Nancy Senna from Deep Park.
Sister Nancy.
Congratulations, sister.
She's right here. So we can give it to her right here.
Well, we'll come down later.
There you go.
Yes.
Brother Jardine.
That's some amazing support coming from Brother John. Not only are our viewers attending the Unity Games, but they're also typing in their answers from the Unity Games. So thank you so much.
By coincidence, this is Sister Santa's son. So there we go. We're going to give it to him straight after this. He was just walking past. There we go. Tell your mom. She'll want prize.
Hey, hello, Papa Jards.
It's airports in.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you for always joining and supporting INC Radio Australia. We will come down shortly to provide your mugs. But we have so many more comments who's joining us today. Isn't that right, Sister? I can see your list is quite long. If you want to just read them at the bottom, there you go.
All right, thank you, Sister Diane. And we also have brother Julius Santua. Greetings, Paul, from Santua family, local of Dean Park. Sister Elaine Falian, greetings to our beloved minister, bro DJ Mangwit, and his supportive wife, Sister Jerica, together with their beautiful daughters. Thank you for strengthening our congregation, Paul, from Falian family, local of Adelaide. Okay. Let me read this fast, okay? Sister Bea Galang, happy viewing po from local of Eastern Sydney. Brother Dennis Velasco, happy viewing po to everyone from local of Minchinbury. Brother Lance, happy viewing INC Radio Made in Australia. To all the brethren, greetings to the Banyera family, local of Shepparton. Sister Rhea Kiso, happy viewing po to our district supervising minister Ka Orly Makayan and the lovely wife po Ka Lea Makayan. Sister Nancy Sena, Brother Edison Bumate, and Brother Mark Reyna Kiseo.
Thank you so much, all of our viewers joining us today to support the Santos family. We appreciate all of your help. And just as today's episode showed us, being an athlete is more than just competing. It's about perseverance, discipline, and the strength to keep going through victories and defeats. These lessons remind us of how faith, family, and community support shape every step of the journey.
Indeed. Thank you so much to all our listeners and our viewers for tuning in. We hope today's episode truly inspired you, whether you are an athlete yourself, supporting one, or simply learning from the drive and dedication behind every story. So join us again next Sunday for more meaningful stories and conversations from across Australia. Oh, Brother John, I think you're on mute.
Of course, we would like to thank our INCRadio Australia team, and we will never forget to thank our executive, Mr. Brother Vim Manalo, and our deputy executive, Mr. Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you all next week's show, same time, same channel, same day. Goodbye to everybody.
Thank you so
to the
much, and
Santos
thank you so
family.
much, Santos family. We appreciate you guys joining us today
Thank you
and
so
everything
much.
you've shared with us.
Join us again next week every Sunday.
Oh, the koala bears. So cute.
Yeah. Thank you, kids.